Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Lagos holds 2023 Long Service Merit Award Ceremony. Deputy Governor Quadri Hamzat attends 4th Lagos Water Conference, and World Bank and federal government rates Lagos high for appeals project. Over 700 of them have been selected for the 2023 Long Service Merit Award ceremony, which is in commemoration with the Public Service Week. The Lagos State government has celebrated 753 civil servants for their loyalty and dedication to the economic growth and development of the state. Now, the celebrants were recognized during the 2023 Long Service Merit Award ceremony at Alausa, Ikeja.
Adeyemi Burial Hall Alausa Ikeja is full to capacity by the awardees of the 2023 Long Service Civil Servants in Lagos State. Joy and excitement is written all over their faces, having spent a minimum of 30 years in service. The state head of service joined the gathering to celebrate the moment with them.
The aim of organizing this momentous occasion annually is to deliberately, not accidentally, deliberately recognize and reward diligence, commitment, and loyalty amongst public servants in Lagos State, with the hope that the periodic exercise will motivate other public servants to be more dedicated to the cause of effective service delivery in the center of excellence, while encouraging awardees to continue in their efficiencies and effectiveness. Today's award ceremony is celebrating the accomplishments and the contributions of 753 officers who have been nominated for recognition in continuation of this laudable tradition of appreciating diligence and meritorious service. In felicitating with the worthy recipients of today's awards, I want to assure you all that your resilience, passion, and knowledge shared throughout the years will remain honored and cherished. Permit me to also use this opportunity to urge all public servants to continue to discharge their duties efficiently and effectively to the best of your abilities, bearing in mind that the annual celebration of Public Service Week is in itself a recognition of the importance of public servants to the development of our societies, states, and country at large. Therefore, while recognizing the most important role of public servants to effective governance, let me state that the changing nature of the public policy environment, emerging social realities, and technological innovations continually require higher levels of skills, knowledge, and competencies from us more than ever before. I am sure we are all up to the task. As we revel in the accomplishments of our long-serving public servants, let us recommit ourselves to the values that they have upheld by striving for excellence, embracing innovation through technology, and foster a culture of inclusiveness and collaboration with Lagos State Public Service.
Some of them expressed their gratitude for the journey well spent.
I am highly delighted. I'm very happy because the true quality they ascribe to me is what I have: loyalty and dedication.
We start with Bismillah, we are going to end this by the Alhamdulillah. It's a great achievement. We are very happy.
So it's a great journey, and I thank Lagos State government, also the judiciary. I don't think I will end it like this because I thought I will end earlier than this. But with God's grace, I started well and I'm going to end it well. With the achievement I have, I thank God in everything. Glory be to Allah.
I started right from the scratch, that is level 8. And to the glory of God, I've spent 32 years in service. And I feel great. And the service, I've enjoyed everything I needed to enjoy. I've enjoyed virtually everything I needed to enjoy. My promotion, I've never had any problem moving from one step to another. Lagos State government has been very kind as far as that aspect is concerned.
I'm so glad and I'm happy. I'm happy that I've worked in Lagos State for over 30 years. And kudos to our Honorable Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. I'm so happy to be associated with Lagos State government.
I'm one of the awardees today, and I cannot explain how happy I am after spending 33 years as an educator in Lagos State. With all opportunities, I'm grateful to Lagos State government.
Over 700 of them have been selected for the 2023 Long Service Merit Award ceremony, which is in commemoration with the Public Service Week.
The Lagos State government says it is committed to providing access to safe water and hygiene for residents of the state. This was echoed by the Deputy Governor of the state, Quadri Hamzat, at the 4th Lagos International Water Conference, where he also said that the state government is developing integrated waste management systems and expanding water sources to improve the city's water supply. Take a look.
Deputy Governor of Lagos, Quadri Hamzat, makes his way into the auditorium at the Eco Hotel and Suites, Victoria Island, to join industry players championing the cause for a better environment at the 4th Lagos International Water Conference. Stakeholders, home and abroad, are here to deliberate on how to improve water, sanitation and hygiene in a mega city like Lagos.
This year, we are happy to present a 2-day conference on sanitation under the theme Accelerating Sanitation and Hygiene in a Mega City Through Regulation and Innovation. Our goal is to highlight and unravel the dimensions and intricacies of the challenges of sanitation delivery in Lagos, the fastest growing mega city in Africa, with almost 40% of Lagosians not having access to decent toilets. To understand how effective regulation and innovation can play an active role in addressing this challenge, we are therefore excited at the response that has been received from our donor and development community since we unveiled the sanitation team.
According to the World Health Organization, safe water, sanitation, and hygiene are not only preconditions to good health, but they also contribute to livelihoods, school attendance, and dignity as they help to create resilient communities living in healthy environments. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 6.2, 6.3 require signatories to policy documents to achieve adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all and end open defecation, paying special attention to the needs of women and girls and those in vulnerable situations. In Lagos today, sanitation challenges include open defecation, plastic bag defecation, wastewater, discharge from public and private abattoirs, with high fecal matter content, dumping of solid waste into public drain. It is therefore not again say the state is confronted with challenges of fecal sludge management and treatment infrastructure deficit, requiring urgent intervention in meeting the SDG 6 by 2030.
Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Water Resources, Mrs. Didi Wilson-Jack, emphasized that water, sanitation and hygiene are essential pillars for development and urged Lagos to do more in the wash subsector.
Lagos has demonstrated commendable progress in the water sector with notable achievements in infrastructure development, policy formulation, and innovative solutions. However, we recognize that there is still work to be done, particularly in ensuring that every individual in the megacity has access to safe water and adequate sanitation facilities. It is a concern that access to sanitation and hygiene services usually needs to catch up with access to water supply at national and global levels. According to the 2021 WASH Norm report of the ministry, access to essential water supply, sanitation, and hygiene services in Nigeria was estimated at 67%, 46%, and 17%, respectively. WASH services have been established as fundamental for economic and social development. Being a cross-cutting issue, it also impacts different sectors, including health, education, and the economy. Achieving the WASH targets under SDG 6 in Nigeria is therefore critical.
Africa Development Bank highlights lack of access to drinking water and possible ways to resolve the issue.
Some 420 million people in Africa, about 34%, lacked access to basic drinking water, and an estimated 40 billion hours of productive time was spent collecting water. 780 million people, about 58%, didn't have access to basic sanitation, while 839 million lacked basic hygiene services, contributing to Africa's disease burden. Our experience at the bank reaffirmed the importance of creating an enabling environment in attracting private finance in the water and sanitation sector. I will mention some of the key factors that contribute to an enabling environment for private finance in the water and sanitation sector. This includes need for a clear policy and a regulatory framework, promoting public-private partnerships. Strong legal and contractual frameworks are essential to protect the rights and the obligations of both public and private entities, and promoting blended finance to enhance financial viability of water and sanitation projects is crucial to attracting private finance. The bank has committed to invest by 2030 an estimated $12 billion in the water sector from both its sovereign and non-sovereign windows. This will provide an additional 100 million people with access to improved water and sanitation service. However, the bank's contribution and the collective efforts to mobilize resources to close the financing gap can only succeed if we are able to identify and address the barriers to effective mobilization of private capital.
The Deputy Governor also speaks on what the government is doing to provide access to clean water.
Since the inception of the Liwa Conference in the year 2020, we have sought to reposition water governance and regulatory dispensation in the state, improve water security and investment opportunity. Our commitment is in line with this administration goal of improving access to clean water and sanitation. Our administration is committed to providing easy access to safe water and hygiene, of course, not just because it is expected of us, but because we know that it is fundamental to human survival. And as a matter of fact, it's a right, and it falls within our welfare policy for the state. It is also one of the index that is used and are judged for livability of any city. And as such, it is also one of the targets of the Sustainable Development Goal, I think Target 6, which in turn announce our utmost readiness for local and international investment. Our commitment to improving access to clean water and sanitation is hinged on 4 initiatives, which include provision of public toilets and bathrooms to reduce the number of public defecation, in each local government or local development council of our state, construction of community wastewater treatments, developing an integrated wastewater management system, expanding and protecting water sources to improve the city water supply.
No doubt, partnership among government and stakeholders is needed to develop innovative strategies that would help Lagos overcome sanitation issues and provide access to potable water for all.
And finally on the program, the World Bank and the federal government has commended the Lagos State government for its effective and efficient implementation of the agro-processing, productivity enhancement and livelihood improvement support, otherwise known as Appeals Project, in the state. Speaking during the World Bank and the Federal Government Appeals Project 10th Implementation Support Mission field visit to Badagry, the task team leader of the World Bank, Mr. Manivel Sene, and the National Project Coordinator hailed the Sanwo-Olu administration in charge of Lagos Appeals Project for its commitment to farmers in the state.
Badagry emerged as a commercial center on the West African coast, which shares the border with the Republic of Benin. It's mostly dominated by farmers, a major reason why it's one of the areas benefiting from the agro-processing productivity enhancement and livelihood improvement support projects in Lagos. The Appeals Project is a 6-year federal government initiative supported by the World Bank, and the team is here to see things for themselves, catch a glimpse of fish cage culture farming as well as harvesting.
Even at that, even the ones inside food, right? They can jump out. The food.
Both the federal and state governments are pleased with the success in the last 6 years.
This is part of our supervision mission. As you know, every 6 months we do what we call implementation support mission, going around the implementation states to assess the level of progress in terms of implementation of our different activities being implemented in these states. So it is really wonderful. We've seen it. It's not just reporting with pictures, but we are here, we've seen it live, and we're interacting with the farmers because a lot has been done, and it's one of the really success stories to tell, because it's a model very rare that you will see in any part of Nigeria, this kind of fish cage culture being practiced. So it is one of our greatest achievement as far as Appeals Project is concerned. And with Appeals Project, you can see the success of it being practiced here. And behind us, I think there is also a similar fish cage culture being done by the state, to tell you at least based on the success stories, there is that room for more people coming out, because by the time people now see it under this kind of natural habitat, people will embrace it, because ordinarily it is under controlled or ponds. You see people doing their, especially this tilapia kind of fish farming. But this under a natural habitat, which people will prefer, because the taste will also be the same. There is no difference from what you get within the lagoon and what is being farmed under this fish cage culture.
The cage culture is a technology that is already on shelf. You know, we're not reinventing the wheel. It's just that with Appeals Project, the adoption rate is higher because of the support of the government. You know, so today you can see quite a number of our clusters here. As we speak right now, we have over 6 clusters that have been supported by Appeals Project. And then the Lagos State government has also supported quite a number of women and youth with cages. You know, if you look at the other side of the water body, you will find a lot of the cages that 150. Yes, 150 cages by the Lagos State government, you know, to empower the women and the youth. So basically what we have just done is to create an enabling environment for people to come in and practice cage culture. And what we have done is to support clusters, not individuals. You know, so we have 6 clusters, and some of these clusters have over 300 beneficiaries. And so I'm sure that in the next couple of months, when you come back here, you will see that they have also replicated, added more cages to what they're doing. For catfish, you blast freeze and then you sell. I'm sure one of them will tell you that right now they have a demand from even outside Nigeria for frozen catfish. There is a demand right now that Lagos State cannot even meet as I speak. And then we're not leaving it just at this. We have the aggregation center. We all know that if they harvest the tilapia, tilapia spoils very fast. So the travel time and all of that. So what we have done in our Appeals project is to build a cottage industry where we have blast freezers, we have cold rooms. As soon as you harvest, you take them to the blast freezer. And in less than 2 hours is stone ice. Why do we want to buy imported fish when we can grow fish ourselves in Nigeria? So that's part of what our Appeals project is doing.
This cottage fish processing center is supported by the Lagos State Appeals Project for their 4 clusters in Badagry to support their business. There are different sections in this building with spaces like the processing room and the packaging room.
18 pieces made 10 kg, both mixture of big and small. Not smallest, but medium. You can see it's not of equal size, it's different sizes. Everything is 18 pieces, made 10 kg. Now we want to descale it.
It also has a cold room area to preserve the fish.
It's very important that we know that our farmers bring in their harvested products to this place, and then we preserve them in the cold room. As you can see, farm frozen tilapia, right from the farm, fresh from the farm, and then we preserve it here. Then the consumers come to buy it and pick it up.
After moving around the facility, the appeals team listened to the success stories of farmers.
This project came when we mostly needed it the most because post-COVID and some of the challenges that happened in the country affected our farmers so badly. And we had challenge with sales, we had challenge with high cost of inputs, and most people were giving up. So that was when appeals really came in, and it did a lot of magic and really brought farmers back. About 60% of the farmers in the state currently were brought back to the business by the appeals project. Now we have about, let's say, 40% increase in production from what we used to have with so many innovations now. So many innovations, unlike what we used to have then. We used to have a challenge with post-harvest losses, with gluts and the rest. So, but with the appeals project, they brought in a lot of new innovations, especially in the area of value addition at the marketing end of the value chain. So now we can do so much with our fish products.
The cage culture is not just for one person. It cuts across all the women farmers, that is Ogunge women farmers. And we're more than 400 women. And at these 400 women, you know that each family has more than four people in the family. And you know, when you do that, you have actually empowered a lot of people in that family. So with the cage culture that we have done, we have actually trained about 10,000 pieces of tilapia fingerlings. That was for the past 6-7 months. And now we have harvested more than 3.5 tons of fish. These 3.5 tons of fish, we have made a profit of about 6.5 million as it stands now. We are still harvesting the last cage. And now, when it comes to mushroom, aside from that, we are still trying to rejoice, to give thanks that appeals have done this to us. They now gave us a mushroom center where we can grow mushroom. Mushroom is a beautiful vegetable that we can eat. Everybody is supposed to be eating mushroom. We are here for the project to be extended. And as the project is being extended, we also need to work ourselves on how to also get all this machinery so that we can be able to feed the nation.
We are rice farmers that have been existing. But before the intervention of our P project, we are nowhere. We are just practicing consuming activities on the farm. But when API came in, they let us know that rice is a business and it can be commercialized. They gave us a series of training on how to go forward, like environmental training. They gave us record keeping. They even teach us security and safety on our farms. Series of trainings were acquired from our P project. Also, all what we are being asked for was provided by our P project. Like thresher, they gave us thresher, fertilizer, chemicals, harvesters, transplanters, and so on. Even up to viable seed, satisfied seed. So with this, I think we are moving forward.
The team lead from the World Bank assures the farmers that the request will be looked into.
So for Appeals Lagos, I want also to congratulate them for what they did with farmers. But I'm very glad to see that you know exactly the business you are doing. You have control over it thanks to the support of Appeals. And from the World Bank, we received already a request from the government of Nigeria for scaling or extending Appeals. Okay? This request is under review. I don't have capacity to respond to it because it's not me, but I'm part of the process. It's a senior management to respond to it. So this request is under review, and I think, or I believe the World Bank will respond at the right time. I cannot anticipate what the response will be, but it will be a response. Okay? So this is what I can say to you about your request or your expectation for further support to scale up your sustained investment, okay?
Lagos is said to have surpassed some of the targets of the project, with over 12,000 farmers empowered across different clusters in the state.
That's the program for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, remember to always stay safe.